Today is January 15th, 2024, and today is our 5th day of 100. Today is also Blue Monday. It's considered the saddest day of the year. Most people are depressed on this day. The most amount of people are depressed on this day, apparently. Just so far after the holidays and, reality sets back in, and it's the middle of winter and we're cold and tired and we just want to be on the upswing. So let's keep working on that, shall we? If you're actually still here and it's the 5th day, congratulations. It's awesome. Making a commitment to yourself is a big thing, right? You can only put you first. And when you do, everybody else benefits. So putting yourself first is always a priority, I believe. It's not selfish. I'm a selfist. I have to take care of myself and be the best I can be. And then everybody else, come with open arms. Here. Take from my overflow. I have lots of that these days. Okay, so our question for today, for day 5 of Trails Taken, our current age. So there's a lot to be said about our current age. I know it'll take you just like 2 seconds to write down what you think is just the answer, but let me go and brainstorm for a second. I'll be right back. Okay, how'd you do? I did pretty good. I've gone over this lots of times and always, something else comes up, which is super interesting to me. And also because you can work on it later, right? You don't have to do it all right now, as much as you can, of course. But over the day, things will come to you and you'll just be like, oh yeah, write that down. Okay, so these are the things that I got. So my current age is 55, which is 2 5s. 55, longhand, 2 words, or FF. I love double letters, as you'll be seeing in most of my, all of my programs. They all have like a double letter thing. Wander the Wilderness, WW. I don't know why. It's always just been that way. FF, Freedom Flight and Freedom 55 when you retire. So Freedom Flight is actually the 7th program. Has to do with our crown chakra and everything that has to do with the divine connection and all those kind of things. Freedom Flight, or sometimes I call it free fall, because you work your way up through the programs. So there's 8 of them. But when you get to the 7th one, you free fall back to the bottom and then come back up. And this is kind of like your Phoenix Rising moment, because you've done all your work, you've gone through all the steps, you go back down to the beginning and kind of, not extensively go through the whole thing again, but, go over it again. And always something else comes up and you work on that, and it's helping you clear those blocks and release things and let go of things and discover things and uncover things. It's a really great process. Okay, I know I get carried away. Freedom Flight, Free Fall, Free Falling, which then makes me think of Tom Petty and that song. And then of course, I Can't Drive 55, Sammy Hagar. When you're 55 years old, you will know these songs. No, I mean, if you're 55 now, you will know these songs. Or if your parents have interesting taste in music, you might know them too. 5 plus 5 equals 10. 10 goes back down to a 1, which is a new cycle. So then next year I'm going to be 56. So that would be an 11. So a new cycle, 11, is a master number. So this coming up birthday, I'm looking forward to turning 56, having 11 as my master number. When I was an author, or I author, in the book, Wow, Woman of Worth, book 6. What's it called? Something about Moxie. Oh my word. Seriously, my brain is like, it just doesn't work the same as it used to. Sorry, Christine. Having Moxie anyways, aging at any age with Moxie. There. See, when you don't think about it, it comes. Anyways, I was chapter 11 in that book, and all I could think about back then was chapter 11, like bankruptcy. I never had a different, I knew it was a master number, but I never connected it to myself. And back then I was still so programmed and so triggered by things. You know, it wasn't that long ago. I think it's been 4 years since we wrote that book. Anyways, yeah, the series is up to 12, 13, 14. I don't know. There's a lot of them. It's kind of like Chicken Soup for the Soul. Along that line. Bunch of women's stories, so definitely you can find something for yourself in there. Even if you're a man, because it might pertain to your mom or your spouse or your daughter or your sister or whoever else in your family. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, I said all that. Okay. Also, I think sometimes I make little extra notes that really don't have anything to do with the number per se or the age, but that I feel good. Like, I'm 55 and I still, after all the stuff I've been through, my body's been through, all my scars and all my things, I feel good. Like, that's awesome, right? I hope I have I hope I have another this many years to go again. I will do it wiser, mind you. Getting to be this age without wisdom would be a grand tragedy. Probably also a comedy, but I'm glad I learned some things. And then also, of course, our triggers. And my triggers are age 55, to be retiring. Well, I'm just beginning. So, I mean, I had to go back to 0, and here I am, making my way. So there will be no retirement for me in the near future. Once I get myself together, I'll start thinking about that. But right now I'm pretty excited to just be on this new adventure. So I'm not thinking about stopping anytime soon. So that's kind of like it's a little to begin with, but then after I thought about it, it's like, no, actually, what would you be doing if you retired, right? And this is one of those things. It's good to know. What do you want to do? What do you like? Do you have hobbies? Do you want to go places? Do you want to see things? Do you have the means to do that? Yeah, these are things that we want to give ourselves a little leeway to think about. Okay, also coming with the retirement thing is failure to launch. So I feel like when I was married, I just went straight into my marriage. I didn't really have a career. I worked at a grocery store for almost 15 years, and I guess it was a career until it wasn't. My life was about my family and my spouse, and that when that came to an end, I was stunned and shocked and had nothing and no one. Well, not no one. I had lots of friends, but you know what I mean? Like, I just had no one to rely upon anymore. I had to rely upon myself. So yeah, going back and starting again is very challenging. So don't be afraid to launch. Don't be afraid to start over. Don't be afraid to begin now, because now is all that matters. So, and no time like the present, right? Oh, and the other thing was about bankruptcy. So having chapter 11 as my chapter in the book, I used to tell myself, because that bothered me, about, having to be bankrupt. I never went into bankruptcy, but I might as well have. And that's okay, because everything that I've got from here on out is solely mine. And I've been working really hard, so I'm very proud of what I've done. And, like I said, the chapter 11, I've been able to switch the 11 part. And if chapter 11 is the next chapter, and it is after 10 and it's a new cycle. When I turn 56, then I'm gonna be empowered and I'm going to just rise above it. I'm just gonna keep going. So here I am, and you will see me again tomorrow for day 6. Anyways, have a great day and be well. And before I go, let me tell you my funny little Blue Monday story. Nothing was going right this morning. It was driving me insane. So I just always tell myself, you should just go back to bed and just lay down for a couple minutes and try to get back up and do it. But I've totally forgot about that this morning. So I asked, please, can you just help me out here, because this day is not going how I want it to go, forgetting about the Blue Monday thing. So I'm making myself a delicious sandwich. Got the mayo, got some cream cheese, some like veggies and salt and pepper. It's going to be great. As I'm put the cream cheese on there, and I only have one knife, and I'm thinking, oh, I don't want to cross-contaminate. So I wiped it off pretty good and put the mayonnaise, or reached in for the mayonnaise and got a nice bit for my sandwich. Went to spread it and it fell into the cream cheese container. So happy Monday.